Hi there. What I'd like to show you guys today is something I've been working on. It's a cave spline tool. It's for my own project. It's just to speed up prototyping. Now, it is a work in progress, so you'll forgive me if there's any sort of glaring things that I haven't done properly at this point. But we just drop the tool in first of all. We drag it out, and as you can see, it will spawn. It will spawn meshes based on the position of the spline. I'll just move away so we can see what we're doing. If I hold down Alt and left click, I can do this. And we can pull it out a wee bit more. Whoops. And we can move it like this. I'll move in a little bit closer just to get a little bit degree of accuracy. If I move this back, now, it doesn't have to be pixel perfect for this to work, so I'll pull it off just a little bit just to prove it. And at this point, I could decide to add a room. So I go over here, I'll pick one of these that I want to add in. Number 5 will do. We'll go there, and it spawns this room. Now, as you can see, I left that gap there quite deliberately. So what I'm going to do here, well, I can either do it here or here, but I'll do it on the room. In the room here, we've got a number of choices of openings. The default, and that one over there. So this is the one that's automatically selected by default, and I'm going to pick a seam cover. In this case, I'm having that one. I will just do that. And now, in game, there's no gap. And if we come over to here, just so we can do another one, we'll go to, where's it gone? There we go, and we've spawned one there already. Now, at this point here, I'd like to add in another cave, so I can do that. And as you can see, we have got another cave coming out. That's great. And we can keep on doing that to our heart's delight by keeping. There we go. So you can do that multiply, all kinds of different things. You can add in. If we didn't want to have another cave there, let's take that away. Say that was the actual end there was a blank wall. What we can do is that. So in game, it's an end of the tunnel, no further else. Now, what else can it do, I hear you ask? It's a good question. If we highlight our cave here, this is the cave passageway. Often you will find stalactites, stalagmites. So we can, let's add some random things, shall we? No, tell that. We can spawn a stalactite or a stalagmite at any given distance along this spline. The distance is here. Now, I've already got it so that it will be 300 in on this end and 300 in on that end. That's to stop things spawning hanging over the edge. So, in this case, we're going to say 1000 of a distance. And I want to add a stalactite. One that hangs down. We'll pick number 1. And we shall. There we go. That little dot that just appeared. There we go. Now, currently, I can't detect the actual height at any place along the cave because the mesh is generated procedurally and doesn't have collision until runtime, until you're actually playing the game. So for now, these guys are just spawning in at a given height, and I can move them manually. But that's no big deal. But doing that again and again and again and again all the way through could be a little bit time consuming. So Let's get rid of that. Yes, I do. We'll hit pick that. Now, we're going to add them in for the entire length long. How many times do we want to actually spawn something? Well, let's try something like 20. We'll come to this in a wee minute. So, 20 random stalactites. Bang. There you go. All the way along. And as you can see, they're all getting spawned at the same height, but we can move them down as needed. It's taking all the stalactites from a whole bunch that I've got already set up. So there is quite a large number of variants, it's quite random. It may look the same, but that's just the way random generation works sometimes. And as you can see, as you go down, you've got some displaced slightly to the left, slightly to the right, slightly forward, slightly back. That's all controlled by this variance here. That will just add in a little bit of randomness to the actual positioning of it all. We can do the same thing with stalagmites. So with the cave selected, come down, stalagmites. We'll just keep the setting there the same again, but this time I'm going to use this, the linear variance. It will push them up or down, up, backwards or forwards along the cave. How does it work, Mark? Okay, there we go. Random. Bang. There we go. Now because we use the same settings, it would spawn there, all given things, but it's slightly different. So you can easily see how that works. You'll notice, like, for things like this, just now, that's the wrong scale. That is easily solved just by manually doing it. Maybe a little bit width. There we go. And that's fine. And I would do the same for this one as well, but let's just say for the sake of ease, I'm just going to delete them out. And you've got all this sort of thing. Yep, so we can do all that. As well as put them in individually or not. So there's quite a lot of control there. As I say, this is mainly just for prototyping levels very, very quickly. There's a few things I'm not quite happy with. The way that rooms spawn, for instance, I think needs to be improved to give more options on the orientation of the room when it's attached to the passageway. And I need to come up with a way of checking for collision along the top of the ceiling while I'm doing it in the editor, so that the stalactites can be correctly positioned. I think I've got a few ideas of how to fix that, but time will tell. But yeah, that's what I've got so far. I hope you like it. I think it's getting there. I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing what else I can do with it. So yeah, thanks for watching.